Well, hello, it's Thursday, which means I forgot to post my Wednesday whip on Wednesday. Anyway, I'm here now on a Thursday. Lovely sunny day, lots of spring things out, and we saw lots of snowdrops at the weekend while we're out in mid-Wales, so lovely. Anyway, I have been doing lots of knitting, so I don't know whether you remember, but I was making this for my friend who will be a rather large number next month in the 2nd of March. So it's a nice simple cardigan by Sarah Hatton, who's one of my favourite designers, and she did it for Fiberco. I haven't used the wool that she suggested because my friend is allergic to mohair, and this one recommends a yarn with mohair in. So I am now doing it with Rowan Moordale, which is a mixture of blue-faced Leicester and alpaca. And the great thing is it's all British. So nice use of British yarn, so that's great. So I have, where are we? Oh, I'm sitting on it. I finished lots of things. Yeah. So I have finished the back. I finished one sleeve and I've nearly finished another, and I finished 2 sides. Yes. So there we go. So you can see it's a lovely colour. It's called Pillarbuck Red, which is what was requested, and it's lovely and smooth. Now the Moordale is actually a double knit, but it's quite a thin double knit, and the pattern calls for a 4-ply, which is quite a fat 4-ply. So I thought I'd do tension, and it was fairly similar, so I decided to do that, and it's knitted on 3mm needles, so it's really nice and tight. So it will be a nice cardi, nice for the cooler days and things like that. So that's good, and it's got a nice rib there. So I did quite a lot of amends to the pattern because I put in some pockets. And I made it a bit longer because my friend wants it a longer cardigan, and so I had to think and stop every now and again. And it is a shaped cardigan, so it goes in the middle and out for the waist, which means I have to make sure the adjustments are fitted to that. So it did make my brain hurt. So although there wasn't any ferrule or cable, which I would have loved, it did actually give me a good mental workout, so that's great. So I need to finish it by the 2nd of March, so I should be able to manage that, and I will show you it when I have finished it, because I'm sure it will be wonderful. So what else is going on? Oh, excuse me. Well, it's the last of the Learn to Crochet course this week, and they're on granny squares, because we always like to finish on granny squares. So lots of things you can do with granny squares. So there's the normal blankets and things, which you're used to, but there's all kinds of things like this, which is a scarf. This is designed by Jane Crowfoot, and I did it in double knit. She did it in 4-ply, so that's quite a nice thing to do, just by putting them together. And there's all kinds of things that you can do with granny squares, so you don't have to spend hours making loads to make a big blanket. And we'll be looking at that in the class. And the other thing is that once you can do granny squares, you can do a shawl like this as well, because this is using the treble cluster. Look at that. And that's variegated yarn, so you don't even have to change colour, and there's no ends to tie in. So that's what we'll be looking at today. So after that, I'm doing next steps in crochet 2. So which means that those who came on the next steps before, I shall be doing different things. So you can come along and do some different things. So I thought we'd do some spring flowers, mock cables. What else are we doing? Perhaps fancy granny squares, and excuse me, something else which I can't remember. Oh, Easter chicks, because it's coming up to Easter. How scary is that? In fact, it's Shrove Tuesday next week, so I hope you're getting your lemons ready and for your pancakes. Anyway, so that's that. So the other thing that I'm doing is on the 11th of March, I'm doing a Tunisian crochet. So this is Tunisian crochet. Yeah. So it's not really crochet, it's not really knitting. It's Tunisian crochet. So they are. So you can see it's not gappy, like if you did a treble, it'd be quite gappy, but it's quite a thick texture. That's what it looks like on the back. And you use a big long needle, like a knitting needle with a hook on it. So I suppose you could say it's a cross between the two. So I should be doing a workshop to show you how to do that in a few stitches and give you some ideas of what you can use it for. It's the kind of stitch that's good for blankets and throws, because it's nice and compact, and also if you're doing sort of winter projects that need a bit of a thickness to it. Sometimes crochet garments can be quite gappy, A winter one, you need something, it's either a tight crochet fabric or Tunisian would be wonderful. So if you fancy doing that, then that's on the 11th of March, 12 till 4, and it's £35. And if you're an existing client, I give you £10 off. Hurrah, hurrah. So that's 11th of March. And so that's me. And then I've got some other projects. There's always other projects to do, but I'll show you those later on, because I've got more birthdays to do and more projects and more ideas to expand on. So I shall tell you about those later. Just in case you're wondering, I'm wearing another Sarah Hatton design. This is one she did for Rowan. And it's a nice cardi because for a day like this when it's sunny, but it's not actually very hot, you can sort of just pop it on or take it off. And it's a nice sort of a baggy, coaty sort of cardigan, or even a coatigan, one might call it. So you can put it on your knees in the night and keep yourself warm there, so it's quite nice as well. So anyway, this is it's quite a simple design. So it's a simple cable down the front, plain sleeves, and it's using Rowan's Kid Classic. So it's got a bit of mohair in and things like that. But it's an Aran knit, so it's quite a chunky thing. But because it's not all sort of thick wool, it's not too heavy. So it's a nice one to do as a cardi, and so it's a nice one for a day like today. So I think that's all for me today. I hope you're having a fab week, and hopefully I'll see you on one of the courses. You never know. Bye for now.